Welcome back, everybody. It is time for game number 2 here in Group C of the round of 24. We are going on to KenZy versus EnjoYmE.
Alright, so that's going to be a bit of ZVP action. The knowable KenZy against the mysterious EnjoYmE, who somehow always manages to make it into the round of 24. So let's see what EnjoYmE's got for us today. I don't really think that PvZ is his strong suit. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I would say that it's most Protoss players' weakness. PvZ. Yeah. It's just pretty obnoxious matchup. I guess unless you're Bisu.
Yeah. Unless you're one of the best Protoss players ever, you're probably going to find it a little bit of a pain in the ass. But I generally think of EnjoYmE as a PvP guy, so I'm not too sure about his chances against KenZy. Whereas KenZy, of course, another old school guy, and kind of the same vein as Freeman, apart from he's been back significantly longer. Another old school guy, played SC2 for a while. We've seen him plenty so far throughout this tournament. And I'm fairly sure that he's going to be able to win pretty confidently against EnjoYmE.
Yeah, it's interesting. So he's obviously a race picker, so he actually plays both sides of this matchup. I always bring that up when it's the case. I think that is fairly important because I think it does give you a really much more complete sense of the matchup, I guess, if you're playing both races.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, that's why we know pro gamers actually practice their off race every now and then as well, just to get a good idea of what it's like just from the other races' perspective. But yeah, KenZy definitely showed us some good games from the qualifiers, as you said. Whereas Freeman, I don't know if we even casted a single one of his games.
I don't think we casted any of his games.
Yeah, so
not a single one.
So I wasn't really sure what kind of level he'd be at going into this. But KenZy, I definitely know is at a strong level. But funnily enough, most of the games we saw him play in the qualifiers, he was Protoss, right? Because he kept getting Zerg opponents. And now I think we only saw him play Zerg once or twice, maybe?
Barely at all. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we saw him at least once as Zerg, because I remember pointing that out. But not very much. So I don't actually really know how good or what type of Zerg play he's going to bring to the table here. But either way, it is on destination. Once again, can allow all sorts of shenanigans, lurker contains, and all that goodness or badness if you're the Protoss.
Yeah,
so,
that can be really horrible, actually, can't it? Lurker contains kind of typify this map, PvZ, for me anyway. You get contained and you try and mine out the back, and then you go round and then they kill you. It's terrible.
I mean, it even happened in Chill vs. Combat X. So
Chill vs. Combat. That classic series of ghostly awesomeness. Yeah.
Greatest series of all time.
Where are my gateways? Lol, lol, lol. Yeah, I remember that.
Don't know where the tech is.
Yeah, that was what it was. That was amazing.
Anyway, let's go into the game, Elegant.
That's it.
And here we go at the 12 o'clock position as the blue Zerg. We have KenZy. And at the 6 o'clock position as the green Protoss, we have Vaniteer, aka EnjoYmE, aka My Probe, aka a million other names.
Aka most Protosses on IC.
Yep.
Thinking of
maybe that's why there's so many Protosses at D rank, because they're all EnjoYmE.
Yeah, he plays like 5 games on each account.
Yeah.
That's very, very possible. Yeah, this guy, for anyone who doesn't know, is the man of 1,000 faces. You'll have met him around, even if you don't know it, you'll have met him.
Even if you didn't recognize it. That's so funny though, because can you imagine? Oh wait, hold on, where's this pro going? Oh no, he's gonna make this.
He's gonna make it.
Matchup. Okay, I forgot what matchup it was. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? It's like, no, that's completely normal. But I mean, you know how like a lot of people blame certain players like Flash or other like S-class players for distorting map statistics. You know, like Electric Circuit is Or wait, no, is it Electric Circuit? There was some map that I remember was really bad for Terran, but Flash kept playing on it, so it like was a 50% win rate for Terran. And all the Terrans are like, no, this map is terrible. Don't trust the statistics. It's just because Flash keeps playing on it. It's not fair.
That's why in order to understand the statistics, you actually have to watch StarCraft and understand what's going on. The statistics can lie. That's the beauty of it, because some players just transcend map balance and all that.
Well, to be fair, Elegant, do statistics ever not lie? I mean, those things are pretty tricky.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a whiz with the statistics. That's more Hacklebeast's domain, but yeah, it often takes a lot of interpretation looking at statistics in StarCraft. You also have to remember not just kind of map imbalance and racial this and.
Sorry, I thought we were gonna have some sick drone moving shot, and then he decided not to do it.
Wasn't really in the mood. But yeah, you have to take into account all kinds of things, because I don't really know if there's any way to reliably collect that kind of data, because there are just so many different levels of player and so many different ways of playing. I think it's really hard to properly pin down that kind of thing. Very tough.
No, someone in the chat is saying it was Katrina.
That's a misplaced cannon in the natural.
Yeah, that seems too high.
Vanity has misplaced his cannon, and as a result, he's going to have deeply inefficient mineral mining. I only hope he notices that. He's sending a probe out. Will he see that? He should see that.
It's not that obvious, though.
He's ready to make the Nexus, and he's made the Nexus despite the cannon. I was thinking that he was going to try and make it in a normal place, but that's really bad.
One too high. Oh no! I bet he doesn't even realize it, because it's not actually that obvious that it's wrong. But I'm pretty sure you're right, and that this is wrong. Like I had to do a double take when you said it. I was like, really? Is that actually off? But no, you're correct.
Yeah, that's 100% off. Apart from that, it's not a terribly bad wall in. I actually quite like that wall.
Well, the rest of the wall is standard. The right side is fine.
Yeah.
And then he just messed up the cannon in the middle. Oh,
This is what happens when you let somebody do something by themselves. So he's like, he's gone, done his homework, he's researched that really hard. He's like, hey, forge there, gateway there, boom. And then he's like, okay, I can't quite remember where the cannon goes, but it's somewhere around here, right? So he just puts the cannon roughly where he's
like, I don't want to accidentally manner my minerals with my cannon. Better be safe and put it really high.
Yeah. Oh, bless him.
Oh no.
It's just bad when that kind of thing happens when you're being casted as well, because you can bet that happens one time in 100.
Yeah.
And it's happened today, and he's going to be feeling really frustrated upon seeing that.
I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure it's happened to every Protoss ever at least once in their lives. To have blocked their Nexus when going Forge Expand against a Zerg. I know I've done it.
Yeah.
I mean, like when I do it on ladder, I just make 3 gateways instead of a Nexus and just go all in.
Yeah. Oh, way to give away your magic strategy.
It still works, man. It still works. It's amazing.
Really? That's not bad.
It's legit.
That's good thinking.
Because I mean, 3 gateways is basically the same cost as a Nexus. It's 450 minerals, right?
That is true.
See? It's legit.
Very good. I like it. I'm gonna steal that if you don't mind.
We're gonna have some +1 zealots all again.
So we are indeed +1 zealots. We don't have any sign of extra gateways as of yet, but I'd imagine that's gonna be happening any second now. Not quite yet.
This goon needs to kill this overlord. Like,
the goon really needs
he turned around.
Eh?
He turned around. He's not going to the natural. That's weird.
Wow.
I thought he was gonna scout it, but then he went the other way. Maybe he's thinking that there's actually a pylon on the other side. It's hidden on the other side of the main.
Yeah,
oh, no, wait, he turned around again.
He's turned around again. That Dragoon needs to get back there, because if he can take out, he does have a Dragoon. If he can take out that Overlord, then he might actually be able to keep, KenZy in the dark, which is quite rare actually when you're doing. Oh, and he makes the gateways right underneath the Overlord. Oh, EnjoYmE. I was just about to say how rare it is to be able to keep that kind of thing really secret from Zerg when you're doing a +1 speed attack. It's really hard to keep that hidden. But he was moments away there when he decided to make those 2 gateways in the vision of the opponent's Overlord.
But the 3rd gateway that he made was not in vision, right? So the Overlord saw 2 gateways making.
If you didn't click it, it may look like a Stargate and a something.
Yeah, I don't...
A gateway?
I mean, I think the gateways are still a little bit early if you were going Stargate, but I don't know if it's 100% revealed yet. We'll have to look at what KenZy does here in response, because he hasn't actually reacted too much like he knows what's going on. I mean, he's building one sunken in each base, but that's fairly standard now. I mean, he's doing the normal walls and everything, but do note that there are lots of holes in this wall, as you can see the probes running around on the left side here, so he has to be aware of Zealot run-bys and weird things like that. But it doesn't appear to me that KenZy necessarily... Okay, no, he's building a second sunken and a third. Alright, that's a bit more of an indication that he does actually know what's going on.
I would say he's at least suspicious, because he's got that extra creep corner. There you go, another sunken at the third. Yeah, I think he's well clued into this one, which is a little bit unfortunate for EnjoYME. And this is the point where EnjoYME really needs to take stock of his situation, and it's probably more efficient by now to use this as more of a map control than an overly aggressive kind of move.
I just realized the second Overlord is not quite close enough to see the gas, because if he saw how late the second gas was, that would also help tip him off. But his Overlord was not close enough, so that's not good. Now there's a third sunken building here, which is actually going to matter the gas once it gets to that point, but it might not. These Zealots might kill it for him. They might do him a favor and unmanner his gas. And we got the Lagu. Oh, we got a nice little drone drill here actually to protect the sun as well. Really good drone drill with like 2 drones. That was really sick.
Nice.
And
but it looks like it might not do the full job. This is really, really bad for KenZy. EnjoYME has still got a decent presence of Zealots there to take out the Hydras as well. KenZy is in big trouble right here. He's going to be really glad of that extra sunken colony now. It's going to buy him precious seconds, but he might have to run all those drones away. There's more Zealots coming in. Well, I say more Zealots, there's 2 more Zealots coming in, but there's still plenty of Zealots in there. This is looking bad for KenZy. He's going to have to get some Hydras collected together. He may have to basically sacrifice that base. He's holding on to it for dear life, but he's losing drones now as well as Hydras has been pushed back. He is going to be relegated down to just his natural and his main. This is seriously bad, and I'm not quite sure how this was allowed to happen.
Yeah, you see, this is what I'm saying, right? Like KenZy, he made some sunkens as if he sort of knew what was going on, but he didn't have quite enough stuff to defend it. So I'm still not convinced that he 100% knew that this was going to come. And I mean, now he's in serious danger of losing this base. Just a constant stream of +1 Zealots from the base, but there are a decent number of Hydras now. So it looks like, he's going to have to micro better than though. I think he got a little bit overconfident there with his Hydra numbers and stopped microing, but he's still, I mean, +1 Zealots are pretty darn scary. Speed lots, I should say. Even against a decent number of Hydras. Just in these basically, you know, around 1 control group level of engagements, +1 speed loss can still handily take down Hydras. It's once you get up to like 3 control group level that the range starts stacking up and his ults aren't quite as good.
Yeah, but why is he fighting on the flat ground? He has a ramp right there that KenZy needs to defend the top of. Why isn't he at the top of that ramp fighting instead of going down into the open ground and fighting? He doesn't really need to do this. However, it does look like he will have the overwhelming army advantage, although the longer this goes on, the longer he runs the risk of not being able to take out those hatcheries. But it looks like he actually just wants to kill KenZy right here, because KenZy seems to be just putting all of his resources in trying to hold on to that third base. And it's nearly kind of succeeding, but I think the Zealot count is overwhelming now. And KenZy is pretty much on the verge of being forced to GG. He's just running on fumes right here. He's using what few Hydras he has, constantly turning over, and those Zealots are now taking down those 2 hatcheries. He's making extra chunks of colonies in his natural, which may keep him alive, but they won't do much more than that. KenZy is looking like he's probably going to go 1-0 down to EnjoYmE here.
Yeah, this is very bad. I don't really know how else to put it. I mean, the cool thing is that EnjoYmE, you know, was not even overly committed to this. I mean, he's teched up behind, he's got his archives, he's even building cannons in case there's a Muta switch, which I think is actually would be highly likely if KenZy hadn't spent all his money just on emergency Hydras. So EnjoYme's kind of got every possibility covered, and he doesn't even need to. And man, he's got 4 DTs out now even as well. That's pretty crazy.
Bad. Yeah, that's some good sunken killing action as well. Those DTs can just go through sunkers so quickly. And that is so many Zealots. This is a really good move from EnjoYmE, going in, striking while the iron is hot. There are not enough Hydras to defend this. There are not enough sunken colonies either. Those Zealots, that is so many Zealots. He's getting really badly drilled by the drones, but even so, he might still have the numbers to do it. He needs to micro down those drones in order to get through to the Hydras, but I don't think he's even going to
he drilled his own Hydras. He's stacking on his Hydras. Why is he doing that? He's stopping his Hydras from shooting. He just drilled his own Hydras. Oh man, I was about to compliment him on his perfect droning at the gas, and then he drilled his own Hydras, and GG from KenZy. EnjoYmE takes down the game and goes on to the winners match.
Yeah, very nice from EnjoYmE.
Wow.
That was strange though. I think there's no way KenZy can't have seen that coming, because making 3 Sunkens at your third base, you just don't do that otherwise, surely.
Yeah, I think what might have happened is he kind of like in his gut he sensed that something was up and something was coming, but his head didn't like actually register like, okay, he's going +1 speed lots, I need to prepare for that. So you know, he kind of like went halfway and made the extra sunken, but didn't quite make enough units in time. I mean, it's even possible that he knew it was coming and thought he had enough stuff and just underestimated like the number of zealots. Or the
but it wasn't even that many zealots at first, was it? It was 5 or 6 zealots only, which isn't an unusual amount. It's not like he'd been stockpiling them all game. It was a concerted effort, but it wasn't a big all-in or anything.
But I think a lot of times it's easy. Like if I'm playing against a Zerg and I see what looks like a 3-hatch Hydro Bust coming, like if I'm 90% sure, then yeah, I'll make some extra cannons, but I'll still like try and make some probes. You know, it's like, well, what if just in case he's not doing that? And you know, I don't want to over make cannons. So sometimes even if you know it's coming, you just like, you know, you just try and cut a little bit and then you die. That's what happens.
I think that's exactly what did happen. KenZy is going to be, you know, kicking himself quite badly. It's one thing to lose to a speed zealot rush, but to lose to it kind of that comprehensively, especially after supposedly scouting it, is a real kick in the teeth. And KenZy finds himself in the losers match as EnjoYmE advances to the winners match. Could EnjoYmE be the Andre of week 2?
If EnjoYmE beats Busy, I don't know what I'm going to do. I won't even promise anything just in case a crazy upset happens.
Yeah,
but I just wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, I would firmly bet against it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that happening.
And then that means in the losers match, though, we're going to have some Frenchman on Frenchman action. Freeman versus KenZy.
Yeah.
Battle of brothers. One of them's going to be knocked out. It's going to be quite sad.
Yeah, it's sad indeed.
But before that, we will be giving you guys the winners match right after the break.